Hello, amigos, and welcome to another episode of Inside the Ropes with Coach Mario. Coach Mario, owner and head coach of Warriors Pride Boxing Academy here in Miami, Florida. Good morning, my fellow boxing fans. How you guys doing? Hope everybody's fine. It's raining here in Miami this morning. I have a lot of rain here. It's kind of a cloudy day. But today, we're going to talk a little bit about everything that's been going on in the world of boxing. Teofimo Lopez ducking or not ducking. Subriel Matias coming up with all types of different explanations of why he is not fighting Subriel Matias, and made some expressions there at the ring convention in, I believe that was in Saudi Arabia, if I'm not mistaken. All right, just talking about Subriel Matias, his next fights and whatnot. We also have some news coming out of social media that actually has given a name for the fighter who's going to be facing Subriel Matias for title elimination bout this year. We still don't know the dates. We still don't know what's going on as far as when this fight is going to take place. We read in a couple of places that it has been announced that this fight is going to be held in Puerto Rico. Subriel Matias is going to be facing his opponent, his mandatory. In this case, it's going to be Gollaz Valenzuela, who's ranked number 6 by the IBF, and Subriel Matias is ranked number 5th. That is the ranking that the latest ranking, or the ranking that has not been updated in the IBF's website. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about that, all right? So, first of all, I want to apologize to all my English-speaking subscribers. I haven't done a video in English, in the English language, in a couple of weeks now. I've been trying to play with both languages. Try to reach those who do not speak English. And for those who follow me, and those who follow this channel, and those subscribers that only speak English, I just want to let you know that those programs are available in subtitles, so you can actually watch those programs with English subtitles, English captions, so that way you won't miss any of my latest episodes that are done in another language. All right, I'm trying to reach to those fans that don't speak English that well, and also for my Spanish-speaking friends, this program is going to have Spanish subtitles, auto translation, so they'll be able to follow and comment and share and like as well. All right. So a lot of things have happened in the last few weeks, first weeks here of 2025. As you all know, there's been a lot of comments about Subriel Matias fighting Teofimo Lopez. That didn't pan out for whatever reason, whether it's fear, whether it's, not enough money, whether it's all types of issues with Top Rank. Teofimo Lopez has been consistently sabotaging his career and talking nonsense consistently, and this has proven to be something detrimental for not only this fighter's career, but other fighters that have tried the same approach. It has not helped them increase their value. It has not helped them achieve better fights, and it just looks like pure ducking, in my opinion. All right, so now Teofimo Lopez in his comments says that Subriel Matias is not a fight that is worthy of him facing the fighter from Fajardo, Puerto Rico, El Orgullo de Maternillo. Subriel Matias is not worth it. For all types of explanations that he lost in Puerto Rico. I mean, these seem like excuses to me, guys. All these things seem like excuses to me. And one of the things that I said, and you all know I said it, if you follow this channel, for those new people tuning in, first on the 23rd of December, 2024, the fight between Subriel Matias and Teofimo Lopez was announced, everybody jumped on the bandwagon, started spreading the news. Matias versus Lopez is happening in March 15th, blah, blah, blah. And I said, you know what? Hold on. I'm going to see what's going on here. Because I can't believe anything that comes out of the mouth of Teofimo Lopez. He has no credibility, this guy. Not only has he has no credibility, but, him and his dad are I don't know. They're constantly contradicting themselves, and now Teofimo being part of that Canelo Alvarez camp, it just raises more questions about his choice of people that he wants to be, associated with, especially somebody that's been ducking David Benavidez for so long. Canelo Alvarez, he's mentoring this kid, Teofimo Lopez, and that might be one of the reasons why he doesn't want to fight Subriel Matias, all right? So on the 23rd, it was announced he was going to be fighting Subriel Matias. On the 25th, I posted my video saying that's not going to happen. All right, one thing that you're going to look for on this channel, and that's the honest truth, and the second is that I'm not a reporter, guys. I'm not a news reporter. All these other channels that jump on the news immediately, and they say, well, this guy's fighting this guy, and then the fight doesn't happen. But you don't see any of these guys that were stating, all these other channels that were stating that Subriel Matias was going to be fighting Teofimo Lopez, retracting and saying, oh, we were wrong. Again, you don't see any of these other channels saying, oh, we were wrong. We jumped on the news too quick. Now he's going to fight Elvis Rodriguez. That was the next thing they jumped on. These are reporters. They call themselves analysts, but they're really not analysts. They're just reporting whatever's out there in the news. What is an analyst? All right? If you look at the definition of the word analyst, I'm going to tell you right now what an analyst is. A person who studies analysis, all right? So analysis is a detailed examination of anything complex in order to understand its nature or to determine its essential features. A thorough study. A thorough study. These guys are reporters, some of these YouTube content creators, and immediately, and I know you know I've watched some of these channels for some information, for some news reporting, that's good. News reporting, I see it there, I see it on social media, all these news coming out, but I always take these news with a grain of salt because boxing is such a changing sport. It changes so fast that I can't talk about something if that's something. Specifically, that fight is not going to take place. Why am I going to waste my time talking about something that's not going to take place? So that's why I did on the 25th of December. I said that fight's not going to take place. Oh, what are you talking about? That fight's going to take place. Some of the comments on my channel. I said it's not going to take place. I don't believe Teofimo Lopez is going to face Subriel Matias. I think this has just been thrown out there to see what the public is saying, just to gather some likes and some, what they call clout chasing from Teofimo Lopez. So these news reporters, or this boxing social media reporters on YouTube, that's what they do. In order to gather likes and subscriptions, they go and they something comes out in social media, boom, immediately you see them, talking, oh, this is gonna happen, blah, blah, blah. It's a lot of gossip, guys. That's not what this channel is for. Here we do a thorough analysis on fights, on prospects, and I speak from my heart. I'm not a fanatic, I'm not a fanboy. I actually call things like they are. So when I called, I was one of the first ones, if not the first one, to say, no, he's not going to fight on the 25th. You can look at my channel on the 25th when I uploaded that video. When I said, no, Teofimo Lopez is not going to fight Subriel Matias, doubtful. All right? A lot of people, just went the other way. Then the news came about Elvis Rodriguez, boom, they jumped on that also. Elvis Rodriguez is not going to fight, but they didn't say anything about what they had mentioned a couple of days before, that Teofimo was going to be fighting Subriel Matias. So my point is, guys, if you want the real deal, if you want to talk about boxing and not just listen to gossip and news, go watch those reporters. Here we're going to talk about thorough study and analysis of fights, predictions. You don't see any predictions on these other channels. You don't see a breakdown of fights on these other channels. You don't see, an expert breakdown on styles, one style versus the other one. All right. So now we're going to talk about Gollaz Valenzuela, who seems, I'll say that, seems he's going to be fighting Subriel Matias. Gollaz Valenzuela, who has lost 3 fights. Gollaz Valenzuela is ranked number 6. He's got 30 wins, 17 knockouts, 3 losses. He lost against Montana Love. He lost against Camarón Cepeda, and he lost against another individual by knockout. All right. And that other individual's name is Luis Hernandez Ramos. So that's some years back. All right. So what do I think of this fight? I think that Gollaz Valenzuela is a tall, lanky fighter. He's orthodox. He changes his stance as he's throwing the right hand sometimes. He changes his stance from orthodox to southpaw. When he throws that right, he steps forward with the right foot as he's throwing the right. He's a good counterpuncher. He knows how to fight on the inside, and also he knows how to use his jab. He knows how to use that mid-distance. And one of the things that I've seen is when he throws that lead hook, either upstairs or downstairs, is that he kind of telegraphs that hook, all right? He pulls that punch back in order to throw that lead hook to the body and to the head. He's got 60% in knockout ratio. So this guy is, on paper, seems like a very easy, not easy, but easier opponent to defeat by the Subriel Matias that trained with Panda, by the Subriel Matias that was training in the heights of Jiquipilco, Mexico. That Subriel Matias, who was hungry and ferocious and the boogeyman of the division. I don't see Gabriel Gollaz Valenzuela having a chance to beat that Subriel Matias. But in all honesty, this guy now, Subriel Matias, right now, we don't know what to expect. All right? He lost against a C-level opponent in Lee Amparo, who I never thought was, and that's another thing I said. Look back, I called it. I said Lee Amparo was gonna lose in his first defense against Richardson Hitchens, and that happened. All right, and I'll tell you right now, and I've said it before, Richardson Hitchens is not gonna last either. All right. So the Subriel Matias that appeared that night to fight against Lee Amparo is not the Subriel Matias that we all know. It's a Subriel Matias that was not throwing punches, moving forward like a robot, his hands up like a zombie, never got hurt, was never, put in jeopardy as far as, him touching the canvas or being beat up really bad. His face looked okay. Was a lot of holding and illegal tactics by Paro. The referee didn't do anything about it. Subriel Matias was kind of gassing out at the end. So I don't know if it has anything to do. I don't want to go over this whole thing all over again, guys. But that's Subriel Matias. In a nutshell, that Subriel Matias is not the Subriel Matias that we're used to watching. And then he comes back and he fights this guy, Roberto Ramirez, who's ranked number 100, and the guy quits in the second round. And Subriel Matias got hurt in that first round. So which Subriel Matias is going to face Gabriel Gollaz Valenzuela? And I'll tell you something. If Gabriel Gollaz Valenzuela fights smart, he can defeat Subriel Matias. If the Subriel Matias that goes up to that ring is the same Subriel Matias from the last fight, he's going to be beaten by decision. Or maybe stopped. All right? if it's the same Subriel Matias from Panda, that was trained by Panda Najar, that trained in Jiquipilco, Mexico, that Subriel Matias is a beast. That Subriel Matias is throwing 80 to 100 punches per round. I don't think this guy, Gabriel Gollaz Valenzuela, stands a chance against somebody like that and shouldn't go past the 7th round. So let's see which Subriel Matias appears on this fight, which has not been already given the last details of when it's going to take place. Gabriel Gollaz Valenzuela, I haven't heard anything from him as far as making a statement that this fight is moving forward. So I take all this news with a grain of salt, but I have to comment about it and tell you what my ideas are. But anyway, guys, these are my 2 cents for today, a rainy day here in Miami. Remember, this is not a reporter's channel. This is not a social media boxing reporting channel. That's what you see on YouTube. We're an analyst. This is what I do for a living. Not the YouTube channel, but boxing is what I do for a living. Boxing and coaching, all right? I train fighters. This is what I've been doing for over a decade here in Miami, Florida. So you want to hear the right scoop, my opinion, and there's a lot of really good analysts out there. A lot of good analysts who I really admire. You know, I'm not the only one, but there's a lot of the other ones that, you know, use clickbait and use these this type of thumbnails to catch your attention. Just mentioning wild stuff so you can click on their program and they can have a lot of subscribers and likes and all, because that's all they do. They're asking for you know, donations, and I never ask for donations or tips or contributions in this channel from anybody, because that's not what I'm here for. I'm here because I'm passionate about boxing, because I like to talk about the sport, because it's something I've been doing since I was a young kid. All right, my first fight was, you know, a real life fight was when I was 10 years old in Puerto Rico, watching Carlos Ortiz beat the hell out of Sugar Ramos in Irán Bithorn Stadium when my parents took me there. All right, so if you want to watch the real Theo, you want to watch a program that actually talks the talk and walks the walk and calls it like it is without any type of fanatism or you know, fanboy type of thinking, this is a channel to watch. Inside the Ropes with Coach Mario. All right. But anyway, guys, this is all I have for now. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about the upcoming fight between Gollaz Valenzuela and Subriel Matias. And is this guy really a duck, Teofimo Lopez? I think he is. I think he's destroying his career. I think nobody believes what he's saying anymore, but that's life. It's up to him. You got a lot of these divas nowadays who haven't accomplished the potential that they could accomplish, because this guy's got skills, because they're so messed up and so they have that and they have that entitlement mentality, guys. That's today. That's what you get. You didn't have that back in the 80s when Duran and Sugar Ray and Marvelous and Hagler and Hearns were around. You didn't have that. But anyway, guys, until next time, this is Coach Mario, owner, head coach of Warriors Pride Boxing Academy. Not a news reporter, not a boxing reporter, but an analyst. All right, and somebody that really loves the sport, saying hasta la vista. God bless you all, and peace.